See, if you see the whole spectrum, we have, the non-ionizing spectrum and the ionizing spectrum available to us. Now, the radio frequency waves are in the non-ionizing spectrum. So, let's say if you are getting ultraviolet or X-ray, or let's say gamma ray or something like that, your body, your cells will get ionized. So that ionizing part is not going to be happening. So the two parts, which is the first thing is that on the ionizing side, the millimeter waves are not ionizing. So not to worry as far as the ionizing part is concerned. The second part is the power generated. Like you put it on a, let's say, a microwave. The microwave, the huge amount of heat generated because there is concentration of microwave onto a certain particle. Now, in this case, the transmission power is something like 30 dBm is something like 1 to 2 watts, maximum 1 to 3 watts. That's all. That's hardly any power. So 1 to 2 watts coming to your mobile is nothing. And more importantly, unlike your 4G or 5G, 4G or 3G or 2G, how far is your tower located? Now the tower in this case will be located as close as 200 meters or 300 meters. Now where is the radiation actually taking place? The moment you are holding a mobile in your hand, this mobile has to transmit to some tower which is almost 1.5 or 2 kilometers away in case of 3G or 2G. So it will generate that much of power here, which will actually, you'll feel that it will actually burning onto your onto ears, because it has to transmit signal to a tower which is as far as 1.5 to 2 kilometers. So your radiation is not from the tower. There are two kinds of radiation. One, the radiation generated by your own mobile, and the other from the tower. As far as the tower is concerned, I told you that it is in the range of 2 to 3 watts, and it is not in the ionizing range. As far as your mobile is concerned, you are communicating to something which is just 100 or 200 meters away, instead of you communicating to 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers, as in the case of 3G or 2G. So it is much safer if you really consider it. The total power consumption, the radiation is proportional to the amount of data transmitted and the distance to which it is transmitted. Though the data transmitted is high, the distance to which it is transmitted is much lesser in this case. So overall effect is this. There is one more very, very important thing, which is known as beam forming.
Yes.
In case of 2G and 3G, you are just sending signal in random all over. But here the sophisticated technology of 5G ensures that you don't have to send your signal all over the world. You are targeting so it is, you are optimizing your resources. Your MIMO, that is multiple input, multiple output, is very focused approach that enables optimal performance and reduce radiation. That is what I'm trying to say. So it is not actually unsafe as it is being portrayed. 5G is perfectly safe. It is in the non-ionizing area. The power is less, and the towers are closer, and there is beam forming to ensure that there is no collateral damage. You are very targeted. You are directional in your communication. Yes, radiation is going to be. There will be some challenges in the radiation. But we should see that, today morning we stand in the sun. The light is an electromagnetic radiation. Those are on the higher side is ionizing, but on the radio frequency side, these are non-ionizing. And I've also told that it's also less in power in transmission. So yes, we have to be aware of this. That kind of a study is always going on to ensure that the towers don't radiate beyond a point, and energy levels are controlled so that no damage is done to people or to environment. But I consider that, I consider that if there is, let's say, 1% damage done here, there are benefits as well, but 100 or 1,000 times more damage is being done in the other area of exploitation of environment and deforestation and all those things. We can use this technology. We can use this fast technology to actually compensate. Let's say, for example, we are all working from home today. And if 5G is there, we can work even better from home. This kind of a telecom infrastructure facilitated work from home. In turn, we have saved huge amount of fuel. So I'm just saying, on the flip side of it, there is no perfect answer to anything. At one side, there is a little bit of radiation we have to suffer, if at all we are suffering. The other side, we have saved so much towards oil and traffic and pollution and whatnot. Okay, so there is marginal, but it is very much controlled and bearable. Yeah.